the year in the 2012, and we were waiting for parts updates and or bikes, and we really couldn't do anything because there wasn't enough stuff in the country. So when everything came in, the fellows were able to build a 13. So this is really our debut with a 2013 motorcycle with Dane Westby and Benny Solis, and the improvements are quite good. There are some very good features about this new bike, and we just need to exploit the features. But the 13 is definitely a very good bike.
The new bike, we got some new wheels, 12-spoke wheels are really nice, and thicker forks that are going to help with some front-end issues, and new bodywork that's more aerodynamic and it looks a lot cooler. So, you know, it's not big changes, but it is a different bike. And so with the whole new bike setup, we're finding new horsepower every weekend, we're working on our setup, we're getting to where that sweet spot is. As Eric, the Olin's guy, likes to say, we're gonna find our sweet spot, and then it's just gonna be a couple clickers here, a couple clickers there from then on. We're getting closer and closer to that every weekend. And Mid-Ohio, the next round, is a really good track for me, and so I'm excited about it. To come here and battle legitimately and to almost find the setup, I feel like, is exciting.
Well, the riders are saying there's definitely more front-end feel, which I can see because the fork leg is slightly different. The bike looks 1,000,000% better because it's got a honeycomb wheel on it, which is really kind of racy. And I'll be honest with you, the front end, the styling of it is just like a 211V, you know, the RC that Pedrosa and those guys ride, and that's really cool too. It would have been nice to have the stuff for Elkhart, the aero drag. It's a lot more slippery, but that's okay because we still got Miller to go, and there's definitely going to be some drafting going on, even down the back straight at Ohio. So we're looking forward to the next event with that bike as well. We have tested a stock radiator. We've tested a stock radiator with an oil cooler on the back side of it, and we've tested a large radiator. With the engine coolant temperature lower, the performance of the engine sticks around a little bit longer, and we need every advantage we can get. Everybody out here in the field needs every advantage they can get.
We made a lot of progression with the bike. You know, it's our first year on this bike, so I think that's the most important thing. Finishing results aren't quite what we wanted, but I'm back. The Wolverine's back. So that's my favorite thing about the weekend. You know, I fought tooth and nail with the guys that were around me and passed a lot of guys today. I got a pretty bad start today. I missed a gear, but I was able to carve through there and almost get a podium. So, you know, it is what it is.
I was extremely satisfied, more so almost elated, because we took some chances yesterday. We needed to test some things, and there really is not a good time to test here during an event. But between all the calculations we put together and with the data and suspension guys and the chassis team, we crunched some good numbers and came up with a really good setting for Dane and the bike. You know, the team is working really tirelessly, man, back in Athens to get this right. To be honest with you, Chris Ulrich Racing, he's given us the liberty to do what we need to do. So hats off to him too. Of course, having him as a rider doesn't hurt either because he knows what it takes.
I got five fingers this year. I got Chuck, I got Lee, I got Eric, and I got Chachi and Aaron. So I got a bunch of guys working for me, and you know, I'm trying to get some podiums for them, but like I said, we're just progressing every weekend. They're doing a really good job. I'm glad that they've stuck behind me all this time. We had a pretty tough spot after Daytona and Road America and all that business, but we're back in it now. And so I'd like to you know, throw a shout out to those guys for sticking in there with me. GEICO has helped in a lot of ways, so I'm really appreciative to them. You know, wearing this shirt with pride, we're gonna get there.
I think the old Wolverine is back, and it was really nice to see him ride and just put the thing where he wanted to yesterday, and he didn't take no for an answer. It was like the old Wolverine was back. It was really good for all of us to see because we hadn't seen it in a long time. We hadn't seen it since NOLA in 2012. That's a lot of months ago. The Wolverine and Team GEICO Motorcycle always finishes strong. Although I want you guys to watch us and pay attention on Friday, make sure you're watching the last 5 laps of every race we're in.
chances are you're not made of money. So don't overpay for motorcycle insurance. GEICO. See how much you could save.